welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I'll be playing Returnal. Now this is the first PlayStation 5 exclusive that's actually imported over to the PC, so it's kind of a big deal. So this game came out in like April 2021. I did have it on my PlayStation 5. Really good game, just wasn't the best quality in terms of resolution, but that's all about to change now that it's on PC. So playing at a resolution of 3840 by 2160, that's actually native 4K. The game does support ultra wide if you have it, so you can actually toggle how you want your cinematics to be ultra wide and stuff, so there won't be any cropping, which is nice to see. In terms of graphics settings, I've got the frames per second limit at infinite, so there's no cap. Field of view I've put at 10%. It can go to 15 at maximum, but I'm not too sure how that will look, so I didn't want to max it out just in case it was like overly stretched. Now everything is on epic. The game does also have ray tracing. As you can see, anti-aliasing is at medium. That can also go to epic as well if you want. Film grain I'm not a fan, so I've disabled that. When it comes to the ray tracing, as I mentioned earlier, you can see we have reflections, shadows, and it's nice to see that I would really have enhanced this version of the game. The game also has an in-game benchmark as well, so you can try that out to see how your system runs. So let's get into it now. So Returnal is not going to be everyone's cup of tea, because it's one of those games you basically need to stay alive towards the end.
Abandoning Helios. Heading towards White Shadow Broadcast.
So I need to get myself a weapon first. And there isn't really any save points. I think the game has got some kind of mechanics now that you can have some kind of way to store your progress, but for a limited time. It's not like a save file as such.
This forest contains extensive ruins of a xenotype civilization. Ancient walls, foundations, and statues.
But this is playing pretty well. I did hear a few people said it stutters a lot, but so far it seems okay. But let's see what it's like when you encounter a few monsters and there's all particles flying everywhere. But right now, it's running around 90, high 80s, which isn't too bad. Okay, so there's something over here. Let's have a quick look, see what it is.
Scout log, Atropos. I have found a deceased Astra Scout here. Checking identification on helmet. It's... my sidearm. Continuing towards the signal's origin.
So basically, if you don't already know, when you die on this game, you pretty much come back and you're caught in a loop. And you do get used to it, because you can kind of maintain some of your weapons and you get to kind of bring those into your progress, but you don't get to keep everything. So try to stay alive, keep all your high level weapons. Yeah, but so far it's playing real smooth. I have to say, it's such a step up from PlayStation 5. All the textures were quite low res on the PlayStation 5, but on the PC now it's all nice and sharp, not muddy, and you can kind of make out everything. Okay, so this is very much the tutorial section of the game, just following the instructions at the moment. So that stuff heals you. I never did beat this on my PS5, but I did get pretty far. You can't open that yet. You have to find something like a key. I mean, I'm playing this on SDR on my Samsung S95B, but even in SDR it looks absolutely amazing on this QD OLED. I'll do a HDR video separately for those who are wondering. Okay, finally get to fight. Always wondered how this game would play on mouse and keyboard, and it should be a lot easier. This game is really geared towards the DualSense control pad, so if you do have one, you may want to give it a try, because some of the haptic feedback on this is just amazing.
Recorded log found. Adding to databank. Playing back now. Scout log. Atropos. Elapsed time 30 minutes since last crash. Whole areas of this forest are rearranging themselves like a fluid puzzle after each of my... Whenever I return, per Astra protocol, I will not be recovered until I reach the broadcast signal. If you're hearing this, you are stuck here too. I don't remember recording that.
Okay, so you do get like abilities in the future where you can climb higher and jump higher. Just need to make sure I don't miss out on anything that I can achieve now. Yeah, it's a good looking game in its own right, I think. Especially for the type of game it is. When all the particle effects going and the physics system with how rocks and stuff break. Really good. Okay, starting to come back to me now. So I've got that key. I should be able to open that door that I wasn't able to get through earlier. So let's go back. I think this is back. This isn't back. It's this way. So there's a few frame spikes here and there, but generally it does play pretty well so far. So I'll hold shift to dash for longer. Okay, I'll remember that. I'll need to do that to get across, obviously. Okay, so behind this is some treasure. So you gotta find somewhere in this place there is something to shut that laser down. But you gotta find it. Yeah, the physics effects for the rocks and the statues are pretty good. Okay. The way to get through that.
Security system encountered.
I remember correctly, gotta find the statues with the glowing eyes. You shoot those down, usually you're able to get in. Just keep it moving. Okay, more enemies. So you have something called adrenaline. Basically, if you can kill all your enemies without getting hit, your weapons remain stronger. So it's in your best interest to try and kill everything without being hit. I can see I've got Adrenaline 2 now. So you'll find that your weapons actually start getting stronger. I think there's like an active reload, a bit like Gears of War. So if you reload in a certain window, you'll reload quicker. But I've forgotten how to use the mechanic properly. It's been a long time since I played the game. Okay, so this can either make me stronger or it's gonna cripple me in some way, so I have to take the risk. So suit malfunction, so it didn't go my way, so that hasn't worked out. Okay, so I've got to find something that opens this up. The RTX 4090 doing a good job at 84K. This game does support DLSS, FSR, Intel XeSS I think as well, NIS from NVIDIA. It's so much upscaling options. Even if you can't play native, you should be able to maintain some decent image quality anyway.
I've discovered piled corpses of a xenotype species. Likely the architects of these ruins. These could be the sentients that broadcast the white shadow signal. It is impossible to escape. I have tried everything. I'm always brought back by... There is a moment between death and rebirth when tentacles drag me down. Screaming, drowning, returning.
So when you do dashing and fast actions, you can get frame spikes here and there. So that criticism that was reported about stuttering is quite valid, to be fair, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be.
Encountered hostile predator.
Right. This guy, he ain't playing around. This one's strong. I think they want you to die though. Yeah, it's set up that you just get killed against this thing.
Astra, this is Celine. I survived the... Can you hear me? I'm in my ship. Suit status operational and... I've already experienced this before.
So you do maintain some of your memories and some of your gear, but that death I had to go through, you pretty much have to die at least once. So let's try and continue with the game now. Some online options.
The environment wasn't like this before.
Okay, so every time the layout is different as well, so don't get comfortable with doors that you went through previously. We didn't realize there was another one. One more left. When you get into the game further, you do get a tool that you can actually lock onto these parts and kind of zip line your way up, but that's pretty far into the game. Let's just go through this door.
New technology discovered. Augments my weapon with an alternative firing mechanism.
Okay, so I can do an alternative fire. I think I have to press Q for that option. Test that out when I get the chance.
Highly effective. This will be useful.
Yeah, they're probably going to flood this place with enemies now for me to try this out. We'll look for a key or something. Yeah, thought they would. Best thing you can do on this game is just to keep moving. And try not to run into enemies. So when you hear that noise, it means your alternative fire is recharged. Probably gonna come down here to get me. On the way up. Gotta try and avoid enemy fire because when you get hit you lose all your adrenaline. So I haven't been doing a great job of that so far. I think when you get the blade, you can cut through these vines, if I remember correctly. Okay. See what else I can collect from here before I leave. Can't collect that at the moment. Maybe I need a tool or something. I've forgotten so much about this game. It's been so long since I played it.
Acquired a Xenotype weapon, similar to our carbine technology.
This looks so much better on PC. Like, because the textures are so clear now.
Discovered a massive wall beyond which is the white shadow signal. I can't can't cross the chasm. For now, I'll change objectives and investigate the energy reading in the forest. Scout log, Atropos. Who triggered the broadcast? Do you see the white shadow is something only I should know? And now, out of literally nowhere, I'm hearing it again. Were the sentients involved? But how would they have known? I need to believe there are answers at the signal.
There's some more enemies for me to deal with. Try not to get hit this time. Okay, so I think I just remembered the mechanic to reload quickly. So you have to press like the middle mouse button at the right time, and then you'll get like an active reload, like Gears of War. And that does actually help quite a lot, especially when you need to reload quickly. Anyway guys, that's pretty much it from me. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks for watching.